Folks, you are going to want to watch this clip of Gen Z Democrat Maxwell Frost absolutely torching Donald Trump, MAGA, and the big ugly bill that Donald Trump is trying to pass. Late last night at around 12 a.m. in the morning, the House Rules Committee met on the Senate-passed version of Donald Trump's bill, and the Republican members of Congress who were testifying in front of this committee were trying to claim that the bill was pro-family, it's pro-life, it cares about the American people, and Maxwell Frost had something to say about that. So I want to show you this clip. It is so fantastic. And the Republicans got so angry at him that they had to interrupt what he was saying. And it got pretty heated. Just take a look at the clip.
Yeah, see, they say they're pro-life because they want the baby to be born, go to school, and get shot in the school. Die in the school, die on the streets. No. That is what they say. I moved to strike his words.
Over the cliff. Wait, you've gone over. We were going to be quiet, but you've gone over now.
No, he has not gone over the cliff. What is she talking about? He's absolutely right.
I meant every word.
We are going to strike your words. But on the other hand, it might be good to leave your words. Might be good to leave your words. Because that's how you feel. But you are not going to come into this room and impugn our integrity.
It's so funny that she's trying to claim that he is impugning their morality, their conscience, when in reality, they do that every time they open their mouth. They're sitting here defending a bill that destroys tens of millions of people's lives, and she's concerned at him raising valid concerns with the Republican Party. What a joke.
You will not. We are pro-life people from conception to natural death. Most of us are. And don't you come in here and say, we want to preserve life so people can get shot.
That's what I've seen.
Are you through, Ms. Ledger-Fernandez? I hope so.
Well, Madam Chair, I want to thank all of our witnesses for coming in and laying out the distinct perspectives and approaches between how we believe this bill will affect Americans, their ability to get health insurance, which is essential to their ability to both live a healthy life and to continue to live. And with that, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I did make a motion that has not been acted on. If you would like for me to withdraw that motion, I will withdraw it.
Mr. Scott, I think it's better to leave those words in the
That's fine. Let's let them know how they feel.
Than to
Did not make a
take
proper
them out.
motion, just for the record.
You're withdrawing your motion. Thank you. Thank you. The panel is dismissed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's the entire interaction. You will not impugn our integrity, and yet they are voting for a bill that ruins so many people's lives. And as I mentioned, it got really heated to the point where the ranking member, Virginia Fox, I believe is her name, a Republican representative from Virginia, had to yell at Maxwell Frost, call him out because he spoke the truth, because he talked accurately about the Republicans, that they're not actually pro-life, they're just pro-forced birth. I mean, that is absolutely the position of the Republican Party. They're not looking to expand healthcare access. They're not looking to make mothers' lives better. They're just trying to force those women to have babies and children and then completely ignore them. And Maxwell Frost actually responded to this moment where this hearing got shut down by the Republicans, saying, I really struck a nerve here. I stand by what I said, and I'm glad. He should stand by what he said. He should stand on business with this because he's right. And it really, really apparently angered the Republican Party. And just this headline from the New York Times talking about this bill is exactly what Maxwell Frost is hinting at here, which is this big ugly bill that Donald Trump is trying to pass has $1.1 trillion in healthcare cuts and removes 11.8 million people from their health insurance, kicking all these people off of their health insurance. And this is according to an analysis from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. And the New York Times writes, according to a report published late Sunday night, the legislation would mean 11.8 million more Americans would become uninsured by 2034. Federal spending on Medicaid, Medicare, and Obamacare would be reduced by more than $1.1 trillion over that period, with more than $1.1 trillion of those cuts cutting from Medicaid alone. So $1 trillion in Medicaid cuts, meaning that all these people would no longer have health insurance. There are plenty of people out there, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, who would suffer greatly from this. There are people out there who voted for Donald Trump, who now, because of these cuts, if this bill gets passed, will soon be sitting by the bedside of their family member, wondering, can we afford this? Can we afford the hospital stay? Can we afford the treatment? Because, we did have Medicaid, now we don't anymore because of Donald Trump. That's the reality. Republicans call that pro-life? Cutting Medicaid funding, Obamacare funding, Medicare funding, relegating people to a life of possible medical debt, that's pro-life. No, it's the exact opposite. It's anti-American and it's anti-life. There's not a universe of which cutting people off of their health insurance is a positive thing. And even just focusing on birth, for example, let's just focus on birth, which obviously is the position that, the Republicans claim they're pro-life. In the United States, the average cost to have a child, to give birth in the hospital, is $18,000. So the Republicans are claiming that they're pro-life while simultaneously taking health care away from people, leading them to possibly incur an almost $20,000 fee for just having a kid. The same thing that they've been preaching that they want you to do. They want you to have children. They don't want you to make decisions about your own body when you are comfortable to do so. They don't want that. They want you to have a kid. And that also comes with, no child care, a hospital bill that's around $20,000 to do so. No policies that help single mothers that have been walked out on, for example. None of that. This is the Republican Party. And when you bring that up to their faces, when you address them being like, hey, you're not actually pro-life, you're just pro-birth, then they just end their hearings. They just object. They pretend to get all fake outraged and, strike the words, strike them out of there, or keep them in, let them know how they really feel. They have all this fake outrage while simultaneously claiming they're pro-life. So I appreciate Maxwell Frost really calling these Republicans out, because we should be calling these Republicans out. We should be calling out their BS, because they're not pro-life, they're pro-birth. And this bill, this disastrous piece of legislation that's working its way through Congress will hurt millions upon millions upon millions of Americans, and that is not an exaggeration. So anyway, I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I just had to show you this clip. I think it's fantastic. Make sure to drop a like down below, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. It goes an incredibly long way. And once again, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.